everybody, welcome to No Idea Automotive. My name is Tyler, and today we're here to talk about my 1994 E36 BMW 325i. Yes, the E36, not the most valued or the most popular chassis that BMW have come out with, but it is gaining in popularity, and I've always wanted one. I've always wanted a 90s model BMW, and this is the one I got my hands on. It has seen better days. When I bought it, it had a dead battery and the brakes did not work. The local dealer that had this vehicle sold it to me for $1,800, and it had actually been on their lot for over a year. When I bought it, the interior was rough. It still is in that rough state. There are some things on the exterior that definitely need some assistance. As you see here, we are sagging in the rear. We're missing a trim piece here on the door, which I am working on getting fixed. We got some rust going on right here, and the top does not work, and I think I made it worse because when I did try to fix it, I uncoupled one of the motors and I can't get it back to sit right. So if anybody knows how to fix that, I would love some assistance. I have some pretty big plans for this car. Right now it is my daily driver, and I want to make it more comfortable and I want to make it more reliable. Since I've had it, I have fixed the brakes that were not working. I got it a new battery, and so far it's done a pretty great job. I've changed the fluids, and for the most part it has been fairly reliable. But there's so much more I want to do, and I'll give you a little sneak peek of that and some things to come. And one of those is these new wheels. I wasn't sure how I was gonna like bronze on these rims, but now that they're here, I think they're gonna look absolutely amazing on the car. Some may disagree with me, but I think it's gonna look great. And to fix the sagging there in the back, I do have some new suspension components here that is gonna help fix that, along with some steering components here as well. I have no idea what I'm doing. I've never done anything like this before, and I really hope that everything goes well. And I'm gonna document that journey. That's what this whole channel is about. Me learning from what I don't know, especially when it comes to cars, which I'm super passionate about. But let's go on a drive. I'll talk a little bit about the car, a little bit more, and there's things I've probably missed, but overall it's one of the most favorite cars I've had, and I've owned a lot of cars in my day. We're gonna go for a drive in the E36. It has 138,863 miles. It had about 134,000 when I first got it. I've had the car for a while now, almost a year, and we're gonna go on a little drive. In the past, I've been in videos where I've driven a vehicle without AC, and it was horrendous, and it looked disgusting. Luckily, this one has AC. And I will say that the interior of this car needs a lot of help. It has been cleaned very well. I have replaced the radio. The door panels are horrible. In these cars, the door panels, they come off very easily. Every time I open the passenger door, the door panel decides to rip out, because every time I roll the window down, it bows the door somehow and pops all the clips loose, which is incredibly annoying. There's no headliner on this roof. It's missing. It didn't come with the car. And there's bungee straps holding the roof springs together, which is also interesting. The seats are not very comfortable and they're ripped. The back seats are even worse. And there's lots of sun damage on the back where the sunroof hangs out. But I love this car. Power steering, it was leaking really bad when I got it. I don't even know if it works now, to be honest, because it doesn't leak anymore. I put fluid in there. The middle arm rest, the console, it was super deteriorated. I did replace that. That was one thing I did replace because it was very uncomfortable putting my elbow there. And of course I had to get rid of the radio because it barely worked, and there were no other ways for me to listen to the music that I wanted to. Speakers are completely dry rotted and shot, but they do work to a point. So I think that the exhaust on this car has been replaced because it is a little bit louder. But that also could be an exhaust leak, which hopefully one day I'll look into and I'll figure I'll figure out. The wind noise in here is not as bad as you would think for a convertible, especially one that's missing its like headliner. It does have an aftermarket air intake system, so that has made the exhaust a little bit louder actually, and the engine itself. But I can tell that there's like maybe one inkling of 1 horsepower extra in this engine, because it's not a very fast motor. This is the M50 engine, still OBD1, so it doesn't have a ton of power to it, but it is enough to get going and, you know, get ahead of yourself. One thing I'm super excited for is putting the new suspension and wheels on this, because I think it's going to ride a whole lot better. I won't bottom out on things because of the saggy suspension, and when I go over bumps, it's not going to feel like a dagger going into my spine.
But I love this car.
The downfall of this particular vehicle, it has the automatic transmission. While this transmission is fairly reliable from what I've read, it's not really going to be like a speed demon of a transmission, and whatever modifications I do, this transmission is going to hinder it a lot. There are tons of forums out there and even kits where you can do a manual swap for these. However, your boy never learned how to drive a manual. What the fuck? And I know as a car enthusiast and a car guy, it's something I need to do, and I do have the ability to learn. I guess I'm just making excuses for myself at this point, because I would love to own a manual transmission vehicle. I just gotta learn first to justify that purchase, or I need to force myself to buy a car that has one, so that way I force myself to learn. That's probably the best route to go, to be honest. Another thing on this vehicle that I do have to end up fixing, hopefully soon, is this top. It does not go up or down. I can do it manually, but since the motor is uncoupled from when I uncoupled it to get the roof down when I was, you know, cleaning this when I first got it, I can't open the trunk without pressing down on the deck lid, like the tonneau cover where the roof is stored. I have to press on that to unlock the latch for the the trunk lid, and it's very annoying. Like, it's a nuisance if I want to use my trunk. And also in the summer, I want to be able to take the top down. Like a day like today would be amazing, but if I manually take the top down, there's a risk of the tonneau cover flying open because it will not latch because of that motor being uncoupled. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm really going to try my best to learn what I don't know and build this BMW better to where it's a better daily driver and something that I really enjoy driving, and kind of bring it back to life. And you may see kind of in the background back there, I may have a couple other things that we're going to be working on in the future, so please stay tuned. Subscribe to the channel, like this video, it helps out a lot, and I'll see you in the next one.